Are you trying to find the best support piece to put your team over the edge? Well, we have you covered, as we're about to get into our top 10 review of the best support control pieces in Heroclix. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Brave New World Games. I am your host, Chase Lavoie, and today we're getting into the top 10 support and control pieces in the modern meta as of the June 1st rotation. The main thing to know about support control pieces and what kind of gets lumped into there, anything that maybe modifies your opponent negatively or boosts your own stats, taxis, anything that's going to bring the support powers like control, outwit, prob. Those are the main things that we're going to be talking about. Some of these pieces shut down other things that your opponent can do, and some of these pieces just amplify your abilities. None of these pieces are going to be considered main attackers, pieces that do a lot of damage, but occasionally they can kind of fill in a pinch. With all that said, it's time to dive into our top 10 support control pieces in the current meta. To start our list off, we're going to get to number 10, and that is going to be Night Nurse from Civil War. Night Nurse has one thing, and she does it really well, and that is the ability to support your team up for a mere 20 points. She has an 11 attack, and she has a 16 defend to lower your adjacent friendly character's defense down while you go and use the support power. So that means she only has to roll a 5 for her support. Other than that, she's 4 clicks long, has stealth to try and keep her alive as well. She's a little bit of a liability, but if you need to try to heal your characters back up, and that's part of what your team is, there isn't a better piece in the game right now. Let's get to number 9 on the list, and that is Raven from the new Wonder Woman set. She's only 40 points, but she has a really strong ability that allows her to place herself and a mystical keyword character within 6 squares in line of fire. It is a power action to do that, but that's the main reason you're bringing her. Where a lot of people are looking at this specifically is going to be with Jakeem. Giving Jakeem an extra threat range is going to also help against the mirror matchup of Jakeem and any other tent poles that she's going with, going against. She also has prob, which is nice, and support on a couple clicks, but the main thing is going to be that teleportation power. Number 8 on our list is definitely the cheapest character here, and that is Henry. Henry is a mere 15 points and only 1 click long, but he has got Empower and Enhancement. He's also tiny size, so he's easy to carry around. There's not a lot to say here other than the cool stat bonuses that you get, and he's always just a nice filler for your team. Coming in at number 7 on the list is Jean Grey from the Uncanny X-Men Fast Forces. Jean Grey's big ability, and the reason she makes this list, is she has a free action TK as long as she doesn't have any action tokens. This has a lot of implications. Mainly that she can do it at the beginning of your turn, and you still have the ability to do other beginning of the turn stuff, say like call in ID characters. So you can move a character 8 squares up, and they can call an ID character. She can also put out 2 characters in 1 turn, or just doesn't use up one of your actions for the turn. She does have willpower, and that's about it other than the X-Men team ability. And free action TK will always be strong in the meta. Coming in at number 6 on our list is the best taxi in the game, and that is Overdrive from Superior Foes of Spider-Man. Overdrive is strong based on the fact that he can make these charged up vehicles. He has to pilot, but this little bystander has an 11 move, sidestep, and can carry 4 passengers. It's really just the best taxi in the game for a mere 35 points. Overdrive can't do much himself. His stats are pretty low. He's only 3 clicks. He does have the Sinister Syndicate team ability. But he does have Empower on his dial, so if he pops back out of the charged up vehicle or the vehicle does die, he still has a way to still help his team other than just taxing. Let's get into number 5 on our list, and that is Nighthawk Crime. He is a super rare Prime from Nick Fury Age of S.H.I.E.L.D., and we all have either heard about him or know about him, and if you haven't, expect to see him in the meta at some point. The main thing is that his trait, his friendly characters can't be targeted by mind control. Also, opposing characters' combat values can't be increased unless they're adjacent to Nighthawk. That is just a blanket across the table ability. Doesn't have to be the line of fire or anything, so that's what makes it so strong, because you can either leave him in the back or you can bring him up with his team. Kind of has a little ability to attack. He has 65 points with a 10 attack, 3 damage, and outwit. But if you're worried about opposing modifiers, Nighthawk Crime is the piece for you. Now we're getting into number 4 on the list, and that is the Green Lantern Super Rare from Joker's Wild. What makes this Green Lantern really strong is that for a mere 35 points, you do get some decent stats, 10 attack, 3 damage. All those things are actually kind of decent for 35 points, but the real reason you're bringing him is his ability to use Barrier that he can use as a free action. You can make that into a light wall marker, which pretty much what that means is opposing characters can't use stealth, and they modify the defense by -1. That alone is really cool, but there's some also cool interactions by messing up adjacency. So what he does is when you put that light wall marker down, he can kind of put that in between something like a Bizarro Green Arrow and something that it's trying to protect. 35 points is great, especially on a mystical theme team, and you'll even see people running 2 or 3 of them, helping to get map bonus and then dropping them on a map that has a lot of blocking terrain so that they can all 3 put down those light wall markers. Getting into number 3 on our list, and that is the shifting focus Doctor Strange from Avengers Defenders War. All 3 of them have the Defenders team ability and come in at 50 points. And you know, it's like getting 3 in 1 with this figure. If you start off with the common piece, this is your taxi piece. He's got Indom can fly with a 12 phasing. He can carry up to 2 friendly characters, or 4 if they all have the Defenders keyword. All 3 Strangers also have a Defenders Together trait, and they all do different things. Now if I move on to the uncommon piece, you're gonna see a 18 defend with 6 sidestep. And what's really cool too is if an adjacent character takes damage from attack, he can pretty much heal that character of 1 damage. Lastly, you have the rare version, and this piece is really cool because it all of a sudden brings the offense. Now what this one can do is it can use Empower and Enhancement, and it has a unique modifier that when you do, also modify the attacker's attack value by +1. He does also have an 11 penetrating Psychic Blast with sidestep, but just all in all, there's so much the 3 of these pieces can do, and there's even teams that can build 2 of these into it easily, plus he has the mystical keyword. Now we're all the way down to number 2 on our list, and that is Bizarro Green Arrow, the chase from Joker's Wild. Bizarro Green Arrow is probably not a surprise for anybody who's on this list. He comes in a mere 50 points, and he literally shuts down the enemy range game. With his ability to become the target of any friendly characters that's being attacked from range, and being able to modify that attacker's attack or damage value down is just really, really strong. He also has 2 stop clicks at the end, so he's really hard to kill with reducers through his whole dial. Bizarro Green Arrow is great at protecting your team, especially if you're kind of afraid of some range pieces that might come in and do some damage. And here it is, number 1 on our list, Felix Faust, the con exclusive from 2015. He comes in at 80 points, and almost everybody hates probably all 80 points of him. So much so that the ROC has banned him from all competitive play. Felix Faust has the D20 that pretty much neuters your team in a million different ways. Actually just too much to go into. On the top of the fact that he can attack if he needs to be with his 10 penetrating and 3 damage with Perplex. He does have the Mystics team ability too, which is just adds insult to injury. He was errated to tone him down a little bit, but it didn't really change anything. He has won many WizKids Opens, and I expect to see him at Origins. Thank you for watching my top 10 review of the best support pieces in Heroclix. I want to first and foremost thank the guys that helped me draft this list. Their experience in competitive play and in large tournaments is what's really shaped the list into what it is. But that doesn't mean I don't want to hear from you either. So please comment below and let me know what you think about the video. Who made the list? Who shouldn't have made the list? Also, if you did enjoy it, please hit the like button and subscribe to Brave New World Games. This is Chase, and I'll see you next time.